successfully uncover key challenges, including challenges they didn't even know they had. You send a fantastic follow-up email, you feel really great about yourself, and you have concrete next steps. However, when you look to reconnect with them down the road, when the opportunity is more applicable to their timeline, oftentimes I find the client tends to forget about the value that you initially uncovered, and they tend to defer to that price. So do you have any advice on how to rehash that excitement that they had on that initial call rather than just compare
Yeah.
costs between vendors?
Yeah. First, never give price. Okay, so that way you have something that you can hold back. Second, that next step should have a timeline. If there's no timeline, there's no next step. It's just a check-in. And what happens is the momentum is lost. They have other priorities. They've started looking at other things. They got their own job to do. And we have to understand they're buying your product or evaluating your product is just one of the many things that they have to do. So if they're active, if they really want to solve this problem, even if it's a month out, have a date set for that meeting. And when you leave, get that on the calendar, follow up with a summary email, just saying, hey, this is my interpretation of how things went. I'd love to hear any corrections or edits to this. We're going to regroup in 4 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever it is, at 1 o'clock. That way you have momentum with the deal. The problem with the complex sale is it's complex. And all of a sudden you leave and people just go back to their normal lives. And that doesn't include you most of the time. So you have to keep that momentum going, keep having that next meeting set. If you don't have that, then you just were educating them. And
so what happens when you have that next meeting set? So you end your first meeting, you successfully schedule that next meeting, which is in about 1 month or a month and a half. And then when you get on that meeting, they tend to forget about that value that you uncovered. So is there a way that you can get them excited as they were on that first meeting?
You got to kind of summarize what you did before, talk about another client, where they were, how to get them refocused on what they're going to get as an outcome of buying your product instead of the cost of implementing it or all the hurdles that they're going to have to do to get it through the system. Yeah, just get them focused on what you want them to focus on.